How's COVID treated you? You've been okay through it?
Yeah, no, I guess my roommate ended up getting COVID,
Yeah.
which is, I, I kind of feel bad. I'm going to start back to where he got it. So it was a Monday. He left work, and he was feeling sick. So he's like, hey, I'm going to get tested. I'm like, oh, we're all like, that's a good idea. I live in a house with 4 guys, including me. Um, Tuesday, he was like, it's just a cold. Wednesday, he was positive. And nobody thought to ask Kevin how he was feeling. We all kind of took it as, oh my God, he has COVID. What do we do now? What do we do about our
He's like
families?
a leper.
Yeah, and he pointed that out, and I felt so bad. And I texted him personally because we have a group chat, and I was like, Kevin, in no way did I mean to make you feel like that. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to think. I was taking precautions for my family, myself, and my business, but that's no excuse for not asking how you are, because you are one of my best friends.
Yeah.
So that in itself, COVID has really done a lot to not only me but the entire world, and I know you've probably felt the same way in some shape or form. But it hasn't really taken a toll too badly on me. But I do have to say I do regret feeling or not asking Kevin how he felt that one day.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because I was treating him like a leopard, and it wasn't that I was doing it intentionally. It's just for a while I went.
It's a scary thing
Oh, yeah.
to think I might have passed this to my grandma or my grandpa because I was near somebody who had it. So your first thought is usually to the elder or more vulnerable people in your life.
Yep.
And Kevin's a healthy kid.
Yeah, he's very healthy.
I understand why you might not have thought of that as the first thing to do, but I also would feel the same way Kevin did probably if I had it, of just like,
just none of us asked him, and when he said that, I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Like, I almost felt like a really bad friend, and we talked about it, and he's totally okay. But and think about all the other people out there that probably felt that way too, because you have to self isolate. You have to be by yourself. When I first found out, fortunately, I'm able to run away to my cottage that's on the other side of this lake. Not many people have that opportunity to go somewhere
away from your roommate. Might be.
Not that I wanted to go away from him, but I just thought, this is probably the best outcome. I have an uncle who has a very weak immune system. He had a liver transplant when I was younger, and I had seen him recently too. So it just was like, if anyone's gonna get it in my family, it's my uncle, and I did not want to pass it to him.
No, that'd be horrible. That's the weird thing about COVID, man. Is like there's no knowledge that you can rely on about this disease that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like. It passes through asymptomatic people. Now it doesn't. And it does. Masks do this. They do that. It's just so confusing. And I sometimes I'll go do something out, and I'm not being I'm not going to like bars or anything, but you'll go see a friend or something. And then I'll find myself next to my grandma or grandpa, and I'm just like praying, like, I hope somehow it doesn't pass through me. It's so scary.
So, the topic of bars, I actually went to 2 bars this week, just to see how it was, and we practiced safe social distancing and as safe as possible. Masks, you have to wear a mask entirely inside the whole place. When you're sitting down, the mask has to be still connected to your face, but it has to be right here. So as long as you're with your group of friends, you're okay to be a little bit more exposed, but the second you get up from that table, your mask has to be on your face.
Completely on.
And like I've said before, I'm personally OCD. The amount of times I wash my hands, a lot.
I bet.
And I don't like to touch my face, and you probably have seen me touch my face here, but I try not to.
Just so many weird things you have to be aware of that you weren't before.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I really hope that the world as a whole comes out a little bit more smarter, cleaner, and aware.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do understand the argument of your immune system needs to be compromised so that it can get stronger. So sanitizing everything is kind of dangerous to a sense. But yeah, man, what a weird time.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to require masks in your shop now, huh?
I do, yes. Yep. I was just going to say something about my shop with COVID. So actually, COVID actually didn't really take too much of a toll on my shop, and I know a lot of businesses were affected by it and were almost scared that they weren't going to be able to open up. I'm fortunate to say that we had enough money in the bank to survive that month of not being open. But now that we are open, and our governor in Michigan is enforcing a mask policy statewide, every business anybody that enters has to wear a mask. If somebody enters my business without a mask on, I have to deny them entry. I'm not sure if I can get fined for it if I allow them in, but I know individuals can get fined up to $500 if they do not comply with this.
That's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's the thing about masks, my personal opinion, and I kind of want to know yours too.
Yeah.
I am more comfortable going to a restaurant and my servers bringing out my food with the fact they're wearing a mask. Because I would get so nervous when somebody would bring out my food, set it down, and then they would start talking to me, and I'm just kind of like, don't spit on me. So if that changes my view on people being near my food, then it makes sense to me that it would make other people more comfortable with the virus. So to me, it just makes sense. Just put one on if someone around you wants you to, or if it's required. But there's isn't it weird how much debate there is about these masks?
There's so much debate, and honestly, it's just like, at this point, just do it. I don't know how else to put it. Like, and I personally don't like wearing a mask. I have facial hair. Having it on my face, it itches. But if it makes more people comfortable, and if it works like they say it works, and I am an advocate for it, and I'm totally cool with abiding with what we need to do. Doesn't mean that I don't hate wearing it.
If it's like a law and it stays forever past, vaccine, whatever happens, that would be a little bit weird. But for now, just do it is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree.
Yeah.
And some people don't really handle the situation well at all. I walked into a Meijer, which is a grocery store here, and the law doesn't really go into enforcement until tomorrow. But like my business, we jumped the gun and just did it anyways, just to be, I like to be ahead of it sometimes. But I was walking into a Meijer the other day, and there was a gentleman outside, basically like a security guard or bodyguard, enforcing you have to wear a mask when to come in.
Mm-hmm.
But he was not nice about it. There was a gentleman that was walking in right behind me that didn't have a mask on, and he just he attacked him, completely attacked him for not wearing a mask. And it's
personal attacks and stuff.
It was just like the way he came off, like he was like. He yelled at him, and he was like, you have to wear a mask. Why aren't you wearing a mask? He just was going at him, and I almost wanted to say something like, there's no reason that you need to get upset with this gentleman for not having a mask. Just tell him politely, hey, unfortunately, we're not allowed to allow you in without a mask. Can you please go get a mask or something? Like, I just feel like some people can handle the situation much better.
Well, so much is dividing us right now. I feel like if we're going to allow something as small as a piece of cloth over our face to add to that division, we need to really think about what's happening.
I agree.
Because unity is so important. It's important in business. It's important in a relationship. It's important in life to just cool down and not be so divided.
Yeah, no, division is not good when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah.